It's been weeks since our first encounter with Alatreon, where he swept us aside like we were a little mosquito. But the day of our revenge is closing in. Isn't that right, Crikey?
No.
Pidgey hunts. Welcome back to another Monster Hunter Journal, where I document my entire journey through Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Now we are getting into the final monsters left on my list. Last time I think there was maybe 11 or 12. Now there are 7 left. There was a lot of progress done this past week, and I have to say we are getting very close. My sights are set on Black Dragon number 1, and I think I might be crazy enough to take him on next week or next journal and finish him. But let's get into the updates. So first thing, I've been talking about fashion hunting for months now, and this entire time I've been walking around with this disfigured piece of armor in endgame. I was like, this is no way to take on Black Dragons. We gotta dress the part. We gotta look like a certified professional hunter. We gotta bring some class to the fight. So I played around with layered armors, and my options were limited, but I found myself a nice beret, and then I got the whole, like, the lovely one with the flowers, and I got it to match with the beret with the nice yellow. And so now I got some nice dress pants. I've got like this beautiful tux. I am looking sharp, classy, would be proud of what I'm wearing. I am so happy. Like, the strawberry samurai look and Rise has been going strong, and I realized in World I was a little bit sloppy with my appearance, but now we're dressed for success, and I am getting really ready for Alatreon. On top of that, I have discovered what I think will be my last mechanic in Monster Hunter World, and those are augments. I finally made it high enough to use and unlock augments, and I've unlocked the health regen augment, or regenerate on my, I think I can only do it on rank 11 weapons, so I did it on my Frostfang axe. So now this stuff is so cool. I hit things and I heal. I was like, oh my god, I never need potions again. And then I went on a monster and I died pretty quick. But no, it's really awesome. So I am not in the optimal setting to take on Alatreon, but I've got way more tools and skills than I had the first time I met him, when it was a complete wipeout. Also, I have to say, actually, before I get into the monsters that we got into, let's talk about the multiplayer stream, because we did some progress there. Remember Ancient Lesson that made me look at a gun and say, do I have to learn how to use this? Well, enough of you have said Ancient Lesson is a fight designed for multiplayer. You get a green light, you get to go multiplayer and take that on. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Got some buddies together, and we went after Ancient Lesson, and we took that tree down. We turned it into lumber. It was night and day, the challenge. Like, it was actually manageable, and it was pretty easy to take on Ancient Lesson with 4 people, because now all that aggro isn't on just one person, and you can actually kind of manage what you're doing. So Ancient Lesson off the list. Next up, we were on a multiplayer high. I'm like, all right, next up we go for Extreme Behemoth. Let's go. And we wiped. We did not do so well on the Extreme Behemoth. Another high rank monster that I'm like, how are these high rank monsters so hard? We're going in with, okay, here's the problem. The problem is we're not collectively good as a team to dodge the supernova. It's not even an armor thing. This is legit a skill thing. And I have been guilty for dying a lot in this, where on one part I was actually hiding on the wrong side of the rock, because I thought you always had to keep the rock between you and the behemoth. But at one point he put the supernova behind me, and I'm like hiding behind the rock, and then they're like, no, you're on the wrong side of the rock, and then I got nuked, and I caused us to fail. So it went around. I think every single person that tried this in multiplayer with me, we all at one point or another carded. So it was just really tough to dodge that enough times. Otherwise, we were doing good progress. At one point, the tail flew off. We were in the final stages of killing Extreme Behemoth, and we just kept messing up on dodging that supernova. So he's still on our hit list, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go down as soon as we get a little bit of practice in and dodging those supernovas. Now, fast forward to this past week, I took down the next set of monsters that unlocked after I increased my hunter rank, my master rank, past 69. So I got access to Brute Tigrex, Golden Rathalos, Silver Rathian, and these were the targets for the week. Brute Tigrex, I was like, okay, this could be scary, because I struggled a lot with the original Tigrex in this game, and I haven't really fought him again to get much practice. So I went in, but this time I was like, ooh, we're going to get ready for the roar. So I put in level 5 earplugs, And man, that was some sweet, that was a smart upgrade, because I went in there, it was not challenging at all. He was roaring constantly, like every 2 seconds I looked at him, he was just roaring. And I'm just like, all right, you keep roaring. I'm just going to switch my axe on you and keep beating you. And I don't even think I carded once on him. My editor will probably find a cart if I did, but it felt very easy, way easier than the first one. Those earplugs were really magical. So it was a good time. Side thing, as I look at my little crikey here, I actually was able to catch. I guess it is a hunt. I have my own Downy Crake now in the game. So I needed it for some of my ingredient quests that I was doing. So I'm trying to get all my ingredients in the canteen. And you have to catch one of these little guys. So I did a quest after failing to find them in the wild. I did a quest where you like have them riding on the grandpas. And we caught them. So now I've got a Downy Crake in real life and in my virtual life. So with Brute Tigrex down, I went into Gold Rathian. I was like, all right, what's gonna happen here? I never know what to expect from these endgame monsters. But honestly, here's the thing. Because I went after Rajang and Furious Rajang specifically, there was, and then Raging Brachydios, because I did those so early, they have like buffed me up, because every monster I fought after those two have been super comfortable to fight. Where I'm just like, I think I played these out of order, because everything feels like I feel stronger than all of these. All except Golden Rathian. I don't know if I've been saying that wrong. I think I mixed them up. The Golden Rathian really punished me. This thing was crazy. It has like, so usually the Rathian like flips the tail. This one does like a Disco Inferno tail in the air. And it was really difficult to kind of figure out what it's doing. It was poisoning me all the time, fireballing me. I carded twice. I actually had to get the feline insurance because I was sure I was going to card a third time. I was struggling to keep it tenderized too, so that I could do things, so I could do more damage on it. It was just not a good fight. I struggled a lot. I was getting knocked and stunned a lot. It was hard. I was like, oof. I don't want this to be another wall. But somehow I guess I damaged it enough in before the first two carts, because after that I went in and it went down pretty quick. But man, what a step up from like Rathian and Pink Rathian, Golden Rathian, a whole different Rathian. I'm still not sure. People said I didn't figure out the mechanic, which was at one point the throat is like glowing, and that's when you're supposed to hit it. Fair, I didn't. I noticed the throat glowing, but I wasn't effective in like hitting it. So I'm sure I could do a lot better on it, but I was not really enjoying that fight, especially the fact that you have to fight it in this like really enclosed kind of arena, which is Nergigante's nest. I did not like that part. Like there's so many parts where I was against the wall, and I always say this, when I'm against the wall, I'm going to cart soon, because I've carted so many times from being stuck between the monster, the wall, and the camera doing weird things. Like I've just learned, avoid walls at all costs, because damn, those things, they always hurt me. So with Golden Rathian out of the way, everybody was saying Silver Rathalos is worse than Golden Rathian. Like everybody mentioned having more troubles hunting the Silver Rathalos over the Golden Rathian. I was like, oh my god, I had so much trouble with the Golden Rathian. What is this Rathalos going to be like? So I went in. Of course, it's the same damn nest, the same nest. And I went in. I'm like, all right, it's time to use all my tricks. So I lined it up so I could get a wall bang off the opening. I jumped on it. I got a bunch of zero-sum discharge. I tenderized the face, and I kept using I have weakness exploits. I kept hitting things in the weak spots and just getting that damage up. And Silver Rathalos was a comfortable fight. Like I had fun with it. I was able to see its attacks. I was able to dodge them. And I honestly don't understand, because when it comes to the two, I think Golden Rathian is a lot harder than Silver Rathalos. I would fight Silver Rathalos over Golden Rathian any day at this point. So yeah, I enjoyed Silver Rathalos. It was a good fight. It really did enjoy it. It felt comfortable again. So after all of this was done, I was like, all right, Alatreon, it's been a while. Like the last time I went against Alatreon, I was master rank 24. I had not fought Rajang. Well, I had not killed Rajang. Like all these monsters I hadn't killed in endgame. Now I'm level 76 or so. I've upgraded my armor. I've upgraded my skill with the switch axe. I have so much more knowledge. I'm like, let's just see how much the gap has shrunk, because before I couldn't even see the end of the gap. It felt like a limitless ocean. So I went into this Alatreon fight with the entire intent, my entire intention was to study it. I'm like, I'm not going to win this fight. Let's just see if I can last longer and figure out what I'm doing. And man, I have to say, night and day, like the first one, I got destroyed. I can't say I learned much other than I was severely underprepared in the first fight. But this fight, I actually was able to see this dragon and what it was doing. I'm like, okay, it's got a dragon attack. It charges. I can dodge that. Oh, it's the lightning attack. I can dodge that. He goes, always 2 lines. Oh, he's got the ice attack where it's like a direct blast and then icicles. I can dodge that. Oh, he's got the water. Like all the attacks, I was starting to see them. I'm like, all right, this is where I need to be for that. This is where I need to be for that. So I learned about the patterns, and I also learned I had a good switch axe for elementals. So chat helped me out by saying you need like good elemental DPS. So we had the Frostfang ice, the Frostfang axe with ice attack +4 on it, I think. So I was dealing like 200 damage with each axe to the face. But now I understood that, okay, there's a timer basically where you have to knock off the horns to prevent it from doing a supernova or something. I failed. I did not knock the horns off, and the first supernova killed me. But that was a success to me, because I was like, if I can get to this first supernova, that is way better than what I did the first time. So I got knocked out by the supernova, which the game offers you the worst advice ever. They're like, oh, here comes something big, better start using your potions. And I'm like, all right, I got my potions ready, and then I'm just dead. And I was like, what's the point of that? I can't use potions while I'm insta-death. So then I went back in after the supernova, and I'm like, oh, I gotta knock these horns off. So now, phase 1 was let's study. Okay, I see all the patterns. Phase 2 was, can I hit the horns often enough? And the answer was no, because I got supernova'd again, and that wiped me out. So I actually saw 2 supernovas, double the success of my initial expectation. So now as I'm reflecting, I'm like, okay, Alatreon, I see the end. I see the gap. It's no longer an endless ocean. I see land now. I'm understanding where my gap is. It's not like an overwhelming terror anymore. Now it's I need to damage your face more. How do I do that? I know what you're going to do with the attacks. How am I going to position and take advantage of this fight where you're moving very fast, you're unleashing a lot of damage? How do I navigate this and smash your face a lot? So that's my priority, because now that is a skill problem. That is not an armor problem. That is not an armor skill problem. That is a player problem, and that I can solve easily. I just need to practice. So the next time I'm going into this stream, I'm going in with the intent to kill Alatreon, and I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I know I can have much better armor, but I feel with my current loadout, I should be able to win if I can close my skill gap that needs to be closed, and it feels within reach. So join me next time, because we're going after Alatreon with the intent to kill my first black dragon and close the gap on my pledge and get closer and closer to Fatalis. I am so excited to take this thing on. I no longer feel fear. I feel excitement. So let's do this. Let's go after Alatreon. I'll see you on that stream or the next journal. And until then, keep it classy.
You are going to kill me. Just like that?